How many children do sharks have? Do jellyfish have eyes? Does the inside of a snail shell degrade as it gets older? G'day wildlife friends, it's Nathan from the Wildlife Movement here with your questions of the week. Every week we answer 3 questions from our viewers or our students to spread the message that nature is an amazing place. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below or send us an email at questions@thewildlifemovement.com.au and we may answer them in a future video. Our first question for this week was emailed to us by Maple, who wanted to know, how many children do sharks have? As I always say, sharks are my favorite animals, so thank you for asking a question about them, Maple. Some species of sharks give birth to live young, some lay eggs, and some give birth to babies that hatch from eggs while they are still inside of their mother's body. Sharks that give birth to live young usually have between 2 and 20 babies per litter, and these babies receive all of their nutrients from their mothers via an umbilical cord. Sharks that lay eggs will lay anywhere from 10 to 200 eggs in a single season, but many of these eggs are eaten by predators or will end up washing up on the beach. Sharks that have babies that hatch inside of their mother's bodies will usually have between 2 and 8 babies at a time. Once the first egg hatches, that shark will usually feed on the rest of the eggs inside of the mother's womb so that it becomes as big and as strong as possible before it is born. Over the course of their lifetimes, sharks can have lots and lots of babies, but not all of these babies will survive until they become adults and until they can have babies themselves. Our second question for this week is one that I was asked recently. Someone wanted to know, do jellyfish have eyes? Which I thought was such an awesome question. Most species of jellyfish have really simple eyes. Their eyes don't form a clear image like our eyes do, but they do let them work out which direction a light is coming from and how strong that light is. One way that we can experience this for ourselves is by closing our eyes and looking around the room. And when you do this, you may be able to see which direction your light is coming from as well. Jellyfish with simple eyes are able to work out which direction the sun is in and whether they are moving up or down in the water. There are some species of jellyfish like the box jellyfish that have eyes that are similar to our own. These jellyfish have a cluster of 6 eye spots on each corner of their box-shaped bell. 4 of these eye spots are simple eyes like other jellyfish have, but 2 of them are complex eyes like we have. However, the box jellyfish isn't able to see finer details in their environment, but they are able to use their vision to swim towards bigger objects or to move around obstacles. Our third question for this week was asked by one of our viewers on YouTube called First Name, Last Name, and they wanted to know, does the inside of a snail shell degrade as it gets older? That is such a great question, so thank you for asking it. The shells of sea snails are made up of a few different materials that have some pretty amazing properties. Majority of a sea snail shell is made up of a substance called calcium carbonate, which is actually quite brittle and is used to make chalk that you may use in the classroom or to draw on concrete. On the inside of their shell, most species of sea snail have a layer of either nacre or porcelain that protects it from degrading. If you've ever found a shell on the beach that is iridescent on the inside, that is most likely a layer of nacre that you can see. Nacre is one of the hardest materials found on our planet, and it is made of aragonite crystals and organic proteins. Scientists are only just beginning to understand why nacre is such a strong material, but they are hoping that one day they'll be able to make similar materials in the lab for technologies of the future. Well, that wraps it up for this week's Questions of the Week. If you found this video interesting, please consider liking the video, subscribing to our channel, and checking out the rest of our Question of the Week videos in this playlist right here. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video, and until next time, keep living the wild life.